Subtracting mixed numbers. To subtract mixed numbers with common denominators, subtract the fractions, then subtract the whole numbers. Make sure your answer is in simplest form. 2 and 4 6 minus 1 and 3 6. So 4 6 minus 3 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. The denominator is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. The answer is 1 and 1/6. Over here we have 5 and 7/9 minus 2 and 4/9. 7 minus 4 is 3 over 9, and then 5 minus 2 is 3. 3/9 can be simplified. The answer is 3 and 1/3. 1 and 1/6, 3 and 1/3. What happens when the fraction in the numerator is smaller than the fraction in the denominator? We cannot subtract 3 from 1, so we need to regroup. The 7 is regrouped to become this mixed number, 6 plus 5 over 5. Then 5 over 5 is added to the 1/5. Therefore, 7 and 1/5 is equivalent to 6 and 6/5. Now the numerator here, 6, is greater than the numerator here, 3, so we can go ahead and subtract. To subtract mixed numbers with unlike denominators, rewrite the fractions as equivalent fractions with a common denominator. Subtract the fractions, then subtract the whole numbers. Make sure your answer is in the simplest form. 2 and 1/5 minus 1 and 1/6. So we find the common denominator, which is 30. We convert the numerators to work out here, so 1/5 becomes 6/30 and 1/6 becomes 5/30. Then we subtract the fractions, we get 1 over 30, and we subtract the whole numbers, and we get 1. In this problem, we have 5 and 7/9 minus 2 and 1/3. 9 is a multiple of 3, so we're going to use 9 as our common denominator. This fraction, 7/9, remains intact as is. This one, 1/3, becomes 3 over 9. Then we subtract the fractions and the whole numbers, and we get 3 and 4/9. 1 and 1/3 minus 2/3. Can you solve this problem? How? Do you need more information to solve it? As you can see, 2 is greater than 1. However, this has a whole number and this doesn't. So how are we going to do this? In cases like these, we're going to do some regrouping. So 3 and 3/5. We're going to take 1 from the whole number and write it as a fraction. So 3 becomes 2 and 5 over 5. 5 over 5, it simplifies to 1. So this is 2 plus 1, which is 3. So you just have to make sure that the fractions have the same denominator. So if you're trying to rewrite this fraction, make sure to include the same denominator, which is 5, when you're rewriting the whole number. Then you add the new mixed number and the fraction. So here, instead of 3 and 3/5, you have 2 and 5/5 plus 3/5, because 2 and 5/5, as we did up here, is the same thing as 3. Therefore, you have a new mixed number, which is 2 and 8/5. Here's a visual representation. In the last slide, we learned that 3 and 3/5 is the same thing as 2 and 8/5. So here we have 3 full circles and 3/5 of a fourth circle. And here we have 2 full circles and 8/5, which is a full circle and then 3 more. So you can see they are equivalent. 5 and 1/4 minus 3 and 7/12. So the first thing to do is to find the common denominator, which is 12, because 12 is a multiple of 4. So then our new fractions are going to be 5 and 3/12 minus 3 and 7/12. This fraction didn't have to change at all because it already had 12 as a denominator. But look at this. We have 3 here and 7 here. So we can't subtract 7 from 3 because 7's bigger. So we're going to have to change this number as so. This 5 can be rewritten as 4 plus 12 over 12. So we have 4 plus 12 over 12 plus 3 over 12 as our number up here. Then we just add those two together, so that becomes 4 and 15/12. Now we can subtract the lower number. 15 minus 7 gives us 8 over 12. Then we just subtract the whole numbers and we get 1. 8 over 12 can be reduced to 2 over 3, and 1 2/3 is our answer. 9 minus 4 5/8. So we don't even have a fraction portion up here, but we're going to need one. So we have to rewrite this number on top as a mixed number with a fraction that has eighths. So 9 can be rewritten as 8 and 8/8. Remember, 8 over 8 just means 1. So 9 can be rewritten as 8 plus 1, and we just choose to write that 1 as 8 over 8. I chose 8 as the denominator because that's what it is in the bottom number, and that will make our lives easier. So then we just have our 4 5/8, and here's our new problem. So we subtract 8 minus 5, we get 3 over 8, and we subtract 8 minus 4, we get 4, and that is our answer.